because it's all about finding those right people who are on the frequency, who are ready to build, You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people speak, but they're not really ready to do what it is they're talking about. Many people are seeking a savior, that's number one, and they're looking for that savior to be male because they're still indoctrinated by Christianity and all the Abrahamic religions. Let's keep it real. No male is coming to save you. As an I, which means I recognize divinity within you. So if you do not know what that word means, that's what it means, okay? So I have a message, okay? A divine download, okay, from the Dark Mother, okay? So from the supreme consciousness, source, whatever you want to call it, right? So from the goddess Yonai, she has a message, okay? And her message that I got is the time is now. And what that means is she's basically letting us know that we are now entering into a new epoch, a new era. And with this particular era, we are now entering the beginning of human existence, right? So we're entering the golden age, right? So we have been in the Kali Yuga. If you have watched one of my old videos, I went over time, I went over, the yugas, the different levels of human consciousness and how it correlates to the frequency of the earth, okay? So we have been in the Kali Yuga, which is the lowest level of consciousness that a human can exist in. So that also means we are the densest within our physical expression as well. So this is also the very last, and it's also the very shortest, right? It's the very shortest time period. So this is the reason why at our lowest consciousness, we have expressed as an oppressive and hierarchical patriarchy. But it also makes the most sense as to why patriarchy only lasted 6,000 years. And from our research and understanding, humans have been in existence from at the very least 300,000 years ago. That's when we can trace back the first human bones, which is a female, to a woman, Omo 1. People speak about Lucy, but Omo 1 is still a female. It's still a female, so yeah. But really and truly, I just wanted to speak to you guys because I think many of us are lost. I feel like most of us have a feeling, an innate knowing, but we have no idea what is stirring, what is brewing within our spirit. We can't necessarily name it. Like there's no language to describe what we are collectively feeling and knowing, right? Especially what to do about it after we figure out what it is, right? But what you're feeling is your frequency changing, right? The frequency of the earth is what's changing, really, which is the reason why we have a bunch of natural disasters. Like, again, I'm going to change that terminology because when Mama Earth is doing her cleanse, it is not a disaster. So we have a lot of decolonizing to do with our minds, and that's just one of them, okay? So when nature is performing her cleansing rituals, right? Whether it's volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes, whatever it is, that's what it is. It is a cleansing ritual, much like when women are shedding their uteral lining, it comes with contractions, right? Which we call cramps. So it's painful So a lot of times women are not connected to their periods, their cycle. They're out of sync with their cycle, and they're out of sync with the earth and everything. Because again, we have not been taught who we are. We have been, stripped from our identity. We have been robbed of our ability to understand our divine connection to our planet. And it is my job to remind you who you are, okay? It's my job to remind you who you are. So, back to my point. We are exiting the lowest expression of our soul's existence, and we are entering the highest expression of our soul's existence. So we're entering into the fifth dimensional plane. We are going to be at our peak of conscious awareness and spiritual righteousness. Okay, so this is the reason why when you look all over the place, you actually see many people waking up out of the paradigm that has held people back for so long. There's so many people trying to figure out who they are. There's so many people trying to return to a communal system, trying to get back in touch and get back in tune with the natural way of life, because they feel the absence of something divine, right? People are tired of living in cities. People are trying to find a way to heal because we have been separated from our home, right? Nature for so long. We're sick. You understand what I'm saying? We're sick. We are in these concrete jungles and urban cities, whatever you want to call it, and we are not doing well for it. Most of us are vitamin D deficient, and vitamin D deficiency is a main cause for a lot of illnesses. People don't even know that. So a lot is happening, but I wanted to just talk to you for a second because we're at a space, because we're at a threshold, right? We are at the precipice of a whole new reality. And sometimes that can be scary. You know what I mean? That can be scary. There are plenty of people acting like they know what it means, what to do, and how to move forward. And then there are many people who have no idea what to do, following those people who act like they know what to do, right? And really and truly, in order to know what to do during this time period of transition, during this this access of human conscious evolution, the best way to know what to do is to find someone who is connected with the earth. Those who are connected to the planet know exactly what to do because they flow with the frequency of the planet, which is what we're supposed to do. When is the last time you grounded? You took your shoes off, you took your socks off, and you stepped in grass? We need to do that. When is the last time you spoke to a tree and hugged it? Hugged it like you hugged your mother. And I'm not like trying to fit into this trope of like, ooh, y'all tree huggers. Like, there's a reason why we are ridiculed for being tree huggers. Everything that is in the patriarchy, it has had time to develop and grow, right? That means it has been able to touch and infect everything that is natural, everything that is divine, and everything that we used to do in pre-colonial times. Okay? That means something as simple as communing with our Mother Earth, hugging a tree. Now there is a social pressure to not even touch with your bare skin the earth because it's dirty. Also, not to talk to a tree because now you're looked at as crazy. So, so annoying. But all of this is important. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because while the frequency is changing on this planet and the mother is conducting her cleansing rituals, that also means she is doing away with all that does not serve her health and well-being. We have to understand that the earth is a conscious being like us. Like, we are not the only ones who have awareness. We are not the only ones who have a heartbeat. We are not the only ones who have energy flowing in and throughout all of us. Okay? So the earth is a conscious being. Okay? So we have to align ourselves and resonate on the frequency of the earth so that when she is cleansing herself of all the impurities, those impurities do not include you. Okay? There's a reason why we see a lot of our public figures who we have loved for generations now being exposed and also being put away, and they're being condemned. The reason why is because this is a part of the frequency shift. I need people to understand something. This is a natural occurrence. This is a natural occurrence of human evolution. So those who are impure, impurities of the earth, are going to be arrested. And I don't mean arrested in the physical sense of, going to jail, but I mean arrested in the spiritual sense of their ability to operate and move and manipulate energy will cease to exist. I feel like most people understand this. I have been on, social media lately, TikTok, and I've actually come across quite a few people talking about a matriarchy. And I'm so surprised because 6 years ago, people was not talking about that, okay? It was very fictional 6 years ago. Now they're talking about it, even though they still talk about it in a theoretical sense. We're moving in the right direction, okay? But I need you all to understand something. Whenever you guys know how when you watch any one of those dystopian movies, anytime you see a movie where humanity has destroyed itself or destroyed the earth, and now humans are trying to survive in an earth that is, it probably is toxic, or there's no food, or there's a zombie apocalypse, or whatever, right? Any type of dystopian type of movie, right? It's usually set in the future. It is usually after humans have destroyed everything and our way of life is changed forever. And what that really means is that's actually a prediction. That's not, that they're not showing you that for no reason. That's actually a prediction, okay? And it's predicting that they're basically telling us, like, this is what we're about to do. If we continue on the path that we have set for ourselves, we're going to overconsume to the point where our way of life will change, and then we're going to have to be forced to go back to nature, like forced. And what I mean by forced is, notice in these movies set in the future, all of the man-made things are overrun, rusted, broken down, and what's over it is moss, leaves, vines, and earth is outgrowing the structures that man has made, right? So this is showing us that we are being forced to go back to nature, right? And now people who have been disconnected from nature for a long time has to now relearn how to survive and be. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is this. Why do we have to wait until something extreme happens where we are forced to do a thing? Why not prepare for the inevitability? You understand what I'm saying? Why not prepare for what's going to happen, especially if we know what's going to happen? If you understand patterns and you understand the male nature, you understand that this is going to happen. Humans right now can't agree on nothing. We can't agree on nothing. So right now, what's happening is, because we can't agree, the people that are in power stay in power as long as we don't agree. I want you to pay attention to what I just said. The people that are in power stay in power until we can agree on something. The problem is we do not agree on anything. We can see oppression, we can see corruption, and we can see deception. But we all disagree on how it should be handled and what the solution is for us moving forward. Now, if we all just agreed, then we would be able to take action. So until we're able to take action is actually when something is going to happen. But we can't take action because we haven't agreed yet. Okay? So this is the reason why we're having the matriarchy conversation. Okay? And I need this conversation to be more widespread as far as the United States is concerned, because I really want to work in sections, right? I'm going to work in sections. So we're going to start in the United States because that is the melting pot with all different cultures, right? So usually we start there because at the end of the day, the Western society is the one that's doing the most of the colonizing of all these countries, okay? So let's start there. This is the powerhouse, to be honest, right? Turtle Island is the powerhouse. It has all of the indigenous, copper colored peoples, all of us who have the ability to tap in to the Akashic records. We do. Most of us can't, but we have the ability. We have the ability of influence, right? Look at hip hop. We made hip hop, and look at how it spread through the world, right? So we are the foundation of the new world. I need people to kind of understand that. The indigenous peoples, let me clarify, the Black indigenous of North America is the powerhouse of human civilization, okay? So I don't use the term African American because for reasons other than what I'm going to say right now. That term was also made up, again, with people who don't know who we are, people who have come to deny their actual origins. But don't let me go into the whole, indigenous conversation. But anywho, so yeah, back to my point. We are the powerhouse. So we should start in the United States, start regaining our power, right? We start regaining our power by grounding, stepping on the ground barefoot, talking to trees, hugging trees. We start regaining our power by healing ourselves. So we heal ourselves, right? Then we start getting our power back. We get our power back by attuning our body vibration to the earth. We have to be in sync. That's how we get our body back. So get our power back, right? So it's imperative. This is the reason why I am making sure that we return to our 13-month calendar, a calendar time that follows the cycles of nature, right? Going back to the moon, right? So, really and truly, um, it's important because this is this is how we have gotten to be so sick. We've gotten to be so sick because we have been separated from who we are and the natural circadian rhythms of nature. Okay? Every other species live according to nature except for humans. We're the only ones who have created this reality for ourselves to live separate from and above nature and all of its creatures, which is dumb. So, so yeah, we're not doing that no more. So when I say the next step is a matriarchy, and I'm using that word loosely, right? The next step is a gynarchy for real, okay? So I need you guys to understand something. Attuning yourself to the earth is a deeply spiritual practice. Many societies before colonization were earth-based spiritual systems. They had earth-based spiritual systems. So this is why Ionism is so important, because it is an earth-based spiritual system. No matter what people say, you know, I call it a religion because of its infrastructure. It's organized, right? But other than that, it is a nature-based spiritual system. Okay, so really and truly, when you attune yourself to earth, you are setting yourself up to thrive, to be healthy, and to have more harmonious interactions with earth and each other. So you're going back to a factory reset, right? A factory reset. You know, so we have to understand that we have to take our power back. It's very, very imperative, you know. And I need us to understand that matriarchy is the next thing. Yes, I am doing a series to help us understand what matriarchy is, but this right here, this is just me talking to you. It's just me talking to you. This is outside of the series. This is just me talking to you, you know, giving you divine guidance, okay? And we have to let go of everything that we thought was true. We have to erase our minds. We have to get rid of all of the impurities that are in our minds. Okay? We have to come to an understanding and realize that women are the true stewards of the earth. Women are the true leaders of society, and we should defer to them for divine wisdom. It is a simple truth, yet it is hard to embody because of our conditioning and trauma. Okay? Do all women embody divine wisdom and truth? No, because she doesn't know who she is either. And I need people to kind of understand something. When we speak about divine feminine, we're not just talking about the female sex, because really and truly everybody's a female sex. Let's just keep it real, okay? Let's keep it real. Men are degenerate women. They're women. They're just portions of themselves. Does that make sense? So really and truly, we have to focus on the energy. Who is embodying of divine source energy, okay? And this is where I have to come in and I have to reintroduce myself to you, because I've been on this journey for a long time, and really and truly, I feel like I have been looking for equals, sisters, a coven, right? And it has been difficult. And the reason why it has been difficult is because not many women have fully awakened into who they are yet. And I understand that it's a process, and I understand that everyone is on their journey, and everyone's at a different stage in their journey. Everyone's in a different season. I get that. But I have yet to come across someone who is in the same season as me. The same season, right? The same stage of their journey. And what I mean is fully awakened into their divinity and their power, right? Now, am I saying I'm perfect? No, obviously. As long as I am still expressing in this particular avatar, I'm not perfect. Okay, let's just keep it real, okay? But whenever I have been looking for matriarchal sisters, women who I can commune with, who can help me build the next paradigm of civilization, who can help usher humanity into their next stage of consciousness, that has been difficult because most women are only awakened partially, as in they may know things intellectually, but staying on the frequency is a lot harder than it is to just have it in your mind to know. Just like many men know that women were on the planet first, and they know that women have XX chromosome, but it doesn't change their behavior. It doesn't change how they think they should interact with women who have XX chromosomes, right? So the intellectual knowing of a thing is not the same as the embodiment and the holding of that frequency. And I feel like because people know, and the fact that they struggle to embody and be able to walk the path, is where there's a separation between me and others. And really and truly, that has left me to do this work by myself. And I'm not saying the women aren't out there. What I'm saying is I have not yet to come across another divine being who is on my level to where we can work together side by side. Side by side, my mirror. You understand what I'm talking about? So that puts me in a position of having to carry the torch until I find that person in which I can share this mission with, right? So this is the reason why I'm just moving forward. I'm not waiting for any particular person. I am moving forward, and I'm doing the work that needs to be done because it has to be done. You know what I'm saying? And this is a calling that has been bestowed upon me. A part of that calling was not, oh, wait till you find the perfect sister to do it with. A part of that calling was do this, right? It was a definitive do this. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it, okay? So it's not just Yanism, the spiritual system, right? But I am also creating a nation, a sacred society, okay? So within this, that makes me the founder of the new civilization, right? So I have to formally reintroduce myself, okay? So I am Akasha Divine, okay? Prophetess of Yanism, and founder and first matriarch of the Sacred Gynarchic Order of the Nation of Eden, okay? So Eden is the name of the new Gynarchic Order, the new society, our new space, okay? And I usually wait to divulge these things, but I've been told to share. I've been told to share, and you know, Really and truly, I'm just waiting for those who are ready. Those who are ready for the new earth. Because when you come and we can build together, because it's all about finding those right people who are on the frequency, who are ready to build, who are ready to build. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people speak, but they're not really ready to do what it is they're talking about. Many people are seeking a savior, that's number one, and they're looking for that savior to be male because they're still indoctrinated by Christianity and all the Abrahamic religions. Let's keep it real. No male is coming to save you. Your savior is right in front of your face, and it's your mom. It's your mother, right? She's the one who's always looking out for you. She's the one who has that spiritual insight, the intuition to look out for you and tell you that person is not your friend. But we ignore her. Our people ignore our first teacher. So when we have, Mama Earth doing her cleansing rituals and getting rid of certain people, you're going to be one of them people if you're not on frequency. Just let y'all know. Just let you know, okay? So I just wanted to let you know this, because there are people who are looking for this sanctuary. There are people who are hoping that when the patriarchal empire falls, there is a place for them to go that is safe and happy and healthy so that they can thrive. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm trying to tell you that this is it. This is it. So if you see somebody saying, oh, has anyone thought about, creating a matriarchal church? Tell them about Yanism. It's already done. We are officially incorporated with the state of New York as a nonprofit. We are an official faith-based organization. Okay? So, yay. I was supposed to announce it and just be like, oh yay. But yes. We are official. We are official, guys. We're official. First of all, those of you who have been with me for years, it is a time of celebration because we have been working hard. You guys have been learning. You've been taking classes. You've been supporting me these years. So kudos to you. I'm so proud. I'm proud of you guys for sticking and staying on path, because really and truly it's hard. People drop off and they go back to their conditioning. They go back to their old ways of thinking and operating, and they walk away from the path because it's difficult and it's not popular. It's not popular. Most times we're lonely. Usually, I can tell you, everybody watching this right now, you are probably the only person in your life who thinks the way that you do. Everybody around you is indoctrinated. Everybody around you is asleep or partially awakened to the point where they're still a victim. Okay? You were chosen. Okay? You were chosen to be one of the ones that's going to lead the charge. Be that beacon for others to follow. So it's up to you to do the work first. And you don't have to worry about it being super popular. You don't have to worry about everybody coming with you right now. Just like everybody can't come with me right now, everybody can't come with you right now. And if I can do it walking solo dolo, you can do it too. So you know what you got to do, right? It is a time of celebration for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because you are the first to fully awaken in your circumference. In your area of the world, you are the first to awaken. So that makes you chosen. Okay? And now you have to carry the torch. You understand what I'm saying? So, really and truly, it is your job to help spread the message. It's your job to help spread the message. I am doing the work to put out the announcement. Okay? To put out the announcement. I am doing the work to make videos that you can share and tell people about. I am doing the work to create educational content to help enlighten the masses. Your job is to show somebody and tell somebody. That's your job. Very simple. Show somebody, tell somebody. That's your job. Until we get to the beginning of the initiation cycle, then you guys who, if you're not initiated yet, that's what you need to do, which is everybody. Everybody needs to be initiated, okay? So when March comes, right, our new year, spring equinox, initiations will begin, and that will be the beginning of your new life. That is the beginning of you starting to say, I deserve to live in Eden. I deserve to live in a gynarchic society. I deserve to live amongst real living goddesses and follow their order. That is the new reality. And that's what you are doing once you start becoming initiated. Because at the end of the day, everybody can't get in our society. Let's keep it real. A lot of people talk about matriarchy and be like, oh, one for all, everybody in. But it's just like, how can a matriarchy operate and stay a matriarchy if you're letting everybody in without checking their temperature? This is what I mean by I'm not coming across other women who are in my season or on my level when it comes to being fully awakened and being on this path and carrying out this mission, because there's so many things missing. There's so many things missing from other people's journey or efforts, right? And so really and truly, I think I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I am doing the work to create the material to help change the masses. It just needs to be spread and out there for others to see. It needs to be put in front of people's faces. Okay? So it's your job as the chosen few to share the information, share the educational videos, share, the good news, right? Because when it came to Christianity and it was time to worship a man, y'all did all y'all could, okay? Y'all did all y'all could. So when it comes to the goddess, have the same level of devotion. Have the same level of, it needs to be more, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, the goddess is the reason why you're breathing. The goddess is the reason why you have water, the reason why you have food, the reason why you have money. All of that comes from Mother Earth, for real. So the goddess is the reason why you are in existence. So your devotion to her should surpass any devotion to any other god or deity or any other religion, whatever it is. Your devotion to her should be top tier. Anything else is blasphemy, to be honest. So devotion to the goddess is devotion to self, because you are an emanation of her. Do you understand that? You are an emanation of the divine creatrix. To negate her is to negate a deep part of who you are, which is why most of us is lost, to be honest. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is how we are vetting people to get into our nation. Okay? Everyone to get in must be vetted so that when we have our society, we're not letting in those who carry patriarchal values. We're not letting those who operate from trauma. We're not letting in those who operate on a conquering type of mentality, right? We're not letting in those. We need to make sure people are operating within the frequency and they're doing the work to heal themselves and step back into their power. And then once they do that, then we can let them into our society. So I have so much that I'm doing because it's just me. So I do ask you all for your patience, right? Because it is just me. Okay? But I am working on many things to ensure that everything is how it's supposed to be, right? In order for us to thrive, many things have to be put into place, okay? So I am doing that. I am building infrastructure, and I am making sure that everything is prepared, okay? So I'm preparing this society. I am also preparing your minds to exist within this society. So I am asking for your assistance to just share. Tell somebody. It don't even got to be a friend. It could be a random person. It could be a random person that you're talking about. Any conversation you have, it should be enlightening that person. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have a job to help raise the frequency on this planet, to be honest. Because if we're not doing something towards the solution, we're not a part of the solution, that just means we're a part of the problem, even if we think we're being neutral. No, that means we're complacent, and none of us are complacent. The chosen are not complacent people. So I'm just, having, a moment, with you. So, but that is the message that I have for you today. And I want to say I appreciate you all for taking the time out to sit with me and talk with me. And, just hear me out, just giving me your energy. Giving me your energy is, it's a great blessing. I appreciate everyone who gives me their energy, okay? Because that is the true form of currency. And I'll get into that deeper with those who, wow, homegirl trying to be in the camera. Homegirl, okay, Queen Bee, I get it. But yeah, it's so much I want to talk to you guys about, because at the end of the day, you guys are my real family. You guys are my chosen family, for real. My spiritual family, you guys are my family, and I love you. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for, taking the time out to give me your attention. Every time you sit down to, watch one of my videos, listen to me speak, comment, interact with me, I am truly grateful. And I'm hoping that we can continue to commune with one another and continue to grow and elevate as we move into the next reality, okay? So I need you guys to understand something. While I am a matriarch, a leader of the new nation, I'm not a monarch or a tyrant. I am just, and it is a give and take situation. So you guys give me your love and I give you that back. Okay? So until I see you guys next time, remember, much love. Remember to worship the Yoni as an I.